Those that strangled Meshack Yebei are the same squad that was used to kill Jacob Juma.
On the morning of December 28, 2014, Lillian Yebei, who was 8 months pregnant, prepared for a crucial visit to the Turbo Health Center. She needed her final antenatal checkup and antibiotics for her young son Shama, who was suffering from a cold. Her husband, Meshack Yebei, offered to accompany them, suggesting that he would take care of Shama, while Lillian consulted with the doctors. This seemingly ordinary decision would mark the beginning of a nightmare. While waiting at the health center, Shama asked for water, and he appeared to be in pain. Lillian sat on the bench at the entrance of the clinic holding Shama as she watched Meshack hurry to a nearby chemist likely to buy some water, but he never returned. Minutes turned into hours as Lillian kept looking towards the entrance, but there was still no sign of Meshack. The doctors attended to Lillian and the kid, and thereafter they went home. At this time, Lillian informed some relatives that Meshack had disappeared, but efforts to report him missing went futile as the police insisted on waiting the stipulated 48 hours before taking any action. 3 days later, a boda rider, navigating the rough road near River Yala, stumbled upon a badly mutilated body, stuck between the river rocks, already decomposing and barely recognizable. The rider reported the gruesome discovery to the police, and within hours, investigation officers arrived, transporting the body to Kapsabet County Hospital, where it was coldly booked as unknown. Yebei's family would later positively identify the body as that of their kin, Meshack Yebei. But who was Meshack Yebei, and why was his death so significant? Yebei was not an ordinary person. He was a crucial witness in the case against the then Deputy President William Ruto and radio presenter Joshua Arap Sang at the International Criminal Court, ICC, cases concerning Kenya's 2007-2008 post-election violence. His willingness to speak the truth in the face of powerful adversaries marked him as a dangerous man, not because of what he had done but because of what he knew. His death made headlines both locally and internationally, raising questions about what really happened to Yebei and who wanted to make sure he never spoke his truth. Surprisingly, the investigations into this case uncovered a much darker story than anyone would have expected. It was covered in secrecy and filled with betrayal as various parties involved gave conflicting information. It even seemed like the government was more interested in keeping the truth hidden than actually discovering it. To get the full story, make sure to stay tuned as we uncover Yebei's murder mystery together. And by the way, if you are enjoying this video, be sure to like and subscribe to this channel. Meshack Yebei was born in Kaptebey village in Uasin Gishu County in the year 1980. Known for his ambition and leadership skills from a young age, he became politically active in Uasin Gishu County in his early 20s. During the 2007 elections that was heavily influenced by tribalism, Meshack made a bold and a risky choice to act as the coordinator for the Party of National Unity, PNU, a rival party, instead of the Orange Democratic Movement, ODM, which was popular in his region. This choice made him a controversial figure, setting him apart from his community and putting him in the middle of political conflict. In the aftermath of the 2007 elections, the country was plunged into widespread violence and unrest driven by ethnic tensions and disputes over the election results. The violence led to significant loss of life, displacement of people, and massive property destruction, affecting various communities across Kenya. This violence drew international condemnation and calls for accountability. In this shaky environment, Meshack Yebei became a key prosecution witness. His involvement came as the International Criminal Court investigated the violence, seeking to hold accountable those responsible for the crimes committed. Yebei's role as a witness was crucial, as he provided evidence and testimony about the events and individuals involved. Things went smoothly until 2011, when an investigative journalist, Dennis Yatumbi, uncovered evidence of alleged interference with witnesses that were set to testify in the high-profile case against the Ocampo 4 at The Hague. In his investigation, he revealed a document containing an email that listed the names of these witnesses, including Meshack Yebei, where he accused prosecutor Luis Moreno Ocampo of being careless with the protection of these witnesses. The influential blogger then leaked the email, which made the sensitive information public and heightened the risks for Yebei and others involved. According to Dennis, the information was readily available as the prosecution had not hidden them. With his identity exposed, Meshack Yebei quickly became a target. He started receiving threats from people he knew, and he reported these to the police, but no action was taken. He relocated to Kitale, but the threats continued. At some point, the ICC offered him protection in a safe location, but Yebei returned home under unclear circumstances. It later emerged that Yebei had seemingly abandoned the prosecution side and aligned himself with the defense of William Ruto. This allowed him to go back home, but he continued facing hostility and was treated as an outcast. Perhaps he felt safer now that he was no longer seen as a traitor by his own people. In a tragic turn of events, Meshack Yebei was abducted, tortured, and unalived on December 28, 2014, just 10 days before he could testify. The following morning, around 10:30 a.m., Yebei's mother received a text message from a Ugandan number, supposedly from her son, written in Kalenjin dialect, which translated to, and I quote, "I hope you're fine. I went urgently to Uganda to meet Bensouda's people named Patrick and Lagusa. I'm all right. Do not worry, Meshack, and this is my number." End of quotes. After the media published this SMS, Karim Khan, lead counsel for Ruto at the ICC, requested an investigation from Degwa Mahoro, then head of criminal investigations. He asked for details on the phone number, including its registration, location, and communication records to identify the sender. Khan also noted that Yebei had been referred to the ICC's Witness Protection Unit as a key witness for the defense. The next day, ICC prosecutor Fatou Bensouda differed with Khan when she stated that Yebei had initially been identified to assist her investigators in Kenya, but was later dropped due to his involvement in witness interference against William Ruto and Joshua Sang. Despite this, the defense team called for swift investigations, with the police opening a probe that had no public results up to date. 3 days later, on December 31, 2014, Yebei's mutilated body was found floating in River Yala, where 14 family members positively identified the body, providing a brief relief. However, 2 weeks later, as the family prepared for his burial, another family came forward claiming that the body was that of their missing relative, Yusuf Hassan, who had disappeared on December 25, 2014. Investigators said that they confirmed this after conducting a DNA test that was requested by Ruto's lawyer, Khan. Suspiciously, the same body that 14 members of Yebei's family had confirmed turned to be Yusuf's, and the search for Yebei continued. In February 2015, officials from Hockey Africa, a human rights organization based in Mombasa, stumbled upon Yebei's body by chance in a mortuary in Voi. The organization informed the media about the chilling discovery. The mortuary attendant revealed that the decomposed body had been found at Man-Eaters Park in Voi by a forest ranger, who then reported it to the police. He also claimed that the investigation officers had taken samples from the body in late January, but continued labeling it as unknown until the very day that the media revealed the information to the public, prompting them to contact Yebei's family. To me, this looked like they knew the body was Yebei's, but they chose not to say. The body was badly mutilated. One eye was gouged out, his privates were chopped off, his tongue was cut out, and there was a bullet wound behind his neck. It's good to note that the bullet itself was never recovered. A forensic examination was performed, but the results were never released to the public. Finally, Yebei was laid to rest on March 21, 2015, in Kaptebe village, Uasin Gishu County, in a ceremony that was notably ignored by political leaders from all sides, which raised suspicions that even the defense side that claimed Meshack was their witness didn't bother to condole with the family. Neither did they press the government to find his killers. After the burial, it seemed like Yebei was buried with his case, because from that day the investigation officers remained silent except stating that the case was under investigation when requested by the public. Yebei's death left more questions than answers and suggested possible government cover-up in the investigations. Some of the cover-ups were so evident, like the Ugandan number that sent the text message to Yebei's mother was never investigated and no details were released thereafter. Additionally, those who allegedly hacked ICC systems and released witness names were not arrested, despite promises to do so. The ICC also added to the confusion by claiming that Yebei was deeply implicated in attempts to corrupt prosecution witnesses, leaving unanswered questions about whether he was a prosecution witness or defense witness by the time he met his killers. When Yebei was threatened, he reported to police, but no action was taken. As the investigations continued, a key witness and a close friend of Yebei went into hiding after receiving threats of his life. Human rights activists said that he fled to avoid a fate similar to Yebei's after a group of unidentified people driving a black saloon car came looking for him. Allegedly, they mistakenly approached another man resembling the witness, who saw one of the people with a photograph of the real witness and a firearm in the car. The witness was warned and he escaped, leaving Yebei's case with no one to testify. Unlike other murder investigations, which are usually carried out meticulously by the police, Yebei's was done by human rights activists and media who kept informing the public while the hidden details were left with the government. It's now 10 years since he was murdered, and to this day the questions of who killed Yebei and why remains unanswered, leaving his death unsolved. What do you think of this story? Put it in the comment section down below. Sadly, Yebei's story serves as a stark reminder of the price of courage in a world where the truth is often buried under the layers of power, intimidation, and fear. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe to this channel, and I will see you in the next video.